presses.
And now for something completely different.
There are no safe spaces here. The truth shall make you free. So you want the truth, but can you handle the truth? And what did we learn? Well, here's another fine mess you've gotten us into.
The Craig L. Hayes Show. Just thinking, where we talk about everything else.
Hello, America, family, friends, listeners all around this planet we call home. This is the Craig L. Hayes Show, Just Thinking. And we're coming to you live, all the way live from our Northern Command Center here in Enterprise, Utah. And topic of the day, before I get there, it is the 4th of December, 2025. And the topic of the day is, I voted for this. I'm proud to say that everything you're watching going on in Washington, D.C., well, not with Congress, because Congress is still a fiasco, but the things that I'm watching with President Trump, I want you to know, plain and very simply, I voted for this. I want him to keep doing what he's doing and do even more. I am extremely happy with a lot of the stuff he's done. Not everything, but a lot of the stuff. But there's still some room for improvement. And the improvement would be to take these leftist judges out and stretch their necks. That would be a massive improvement in a fix for the nation. Especially this one that's so evil and corrupt. His name is Boasberg. What a piece of garbage he is. Golly. Send him to Somalia back with all the Somalians and Ilhan Omar. And problem solved on several fronts there. Anywho, we're going to talk about a couple things that he is doing that I think is absolutely perfect. Let's start with one thing right off the bat. The border. Can you say amazing? Amazing. Amazing. How is it possible that he was able to fix everything in the border, on our southern border, within a couple months? How? Democrats, Joe Biden, the most evil and corrupt piece of garbage president we've ever had, said it's going to take legislation. We're going to have to take and do all this legislation if we're going to fix what's going on the border. No, it just looks like we needed a president that knew how to exercise executive authority and order the border to be shut down from people crossing in here illegally. Instead of allowing 20 million invaders to come into our country. So far, we've only gotten rid of 2 million of that 20. It's going to take us another 5 to 10 years to get rid of the rest of them. But every one of them needs to go back. And that's what President Trump is working on. And I voted for this. Proud to say I voted for this. If you are from South America and you have MS-13 tattooed on you, I think you need to be picked up and sent right back to El Salvador and put in that lovely housing facility of a prison where you get to spend the rest of your life in there. I don't care what happens to you once we ship you out of here. Once we ship you off of our shores and when you land in another country, I don't care what happens to you. Your fears of going back to another country or to a country where you might be harmed in some way or killed is not our problem. You weren't supposed to be here in the first place. So to have any kind of sympathy for you, no. Absolutely not. You should have never come here. You made a huge mistake by doing so. And you need to be treated like you did a mistake. How about on the military? He's already fixing so many things in the military because he's got the right guy. Pete Hegseth is in there just cleaning out all the problems. We said we don't want DEI. We don't want people in dresses, men in dresses in the military. He's already started cleaning that out. Pete Hegseth has gone in there, and I think they've already fired. I don't know, how do you say it? Fired or forced to resign, or just told you're no longer in the military. Some 10,000 or something like that. 10,000 people. We had 10,000 people who are in the military who are mentally ill around weapons that kill people, thinking that they were some other gender. Men showing up wearing dresses and saying, I'm actually a woman now. Okay, something's wrong with you. You have some kind of mental disorder when you start thinking like that. You may be the nicest person on the planet. I've known several of you guys, and I love you guys to death, but there's something wrong with you. And you shouldn't be allowed to be in control of weapons systems that can kill other people. If you can't figure out what sex you are and who you are, I don't want you around being able to kill other people. Because so far we've seen some of you guys that can't figure out who you are just have done that. You've gone in and shot up schools. You've shot up churches. There's something wrong with you. I'm sorry. You need help. Let's get to you the help you need. But let's not have you in places like the military. The military is there to do two jobs only. Kill people, break things. Period. End of story. Have nothing else to do. Job complete. It is not a branch of the government that we are to take and try social experimentations on to see how it works in the government. Nope. I don't care if you are gay in the military. Just live your life and shut up and do your job. End of story. If you're straight, live your life, do your job, and shut up. End of story. That's all it takes. We don't have to have special conditions, special rights, special. It's not a special. We're not running, meal specials here. The war on drugs. Let's move on to that. Oh, I'm absolutely loving this. And yes, I voted for Pete Hegseth to do exactly what he's doing. I voted for it proudly. You know what else I voted for proudly? This war on drugs that we've gone into. I 100% support sinking those boats from Venezuela trying to come to our country. I 100% support sinking any boat coming from South America, Central America, on any way, shape, form, but boats or trains or planes or whatever. Shoot them down, blow them up. Make it so that it's really difficult to bring drugs into this country, and the payment is going to be extremely high if you do get here. How about ending the DEI crap within the government and the women and men in women's sports and locker rooms? President Trump has made huge advances on that. I voted for this, and I did vote for it. Let's see, what else have we got going? Basically telling the rest of the world we're not going to be their bank. We're not going to be giving people money just to give them money like Biden and the Democrats want to, because it's not that the Democrats are compassionate. It's not that the Democrats care about the rest of the world. It is a money laundering system where you put money into these NGOs, non-government organizations, and they go out and they do a couple things, and then they send the rest of the money back into the Democrat Party to help the party on elections. It's a laundering scheme. Trump has taken and chopped all that money supply off of a lot of those things. And you can tell that he's hit the right nerve by the amount of screaming that you hear coming from the Democrats. not because you do not ever believe that the Democrats have compassion for people. They don't even like their own fellow countrymen here. They don't even like citizens of the United States because they would prefer to have illegal aliens here that they could control by giving them from free stuff that's been paid for by you, your labor, your toil, your sweat, you messing up your body, working for that paycheck, and the Democrats take the money out of that in taxes and give it to their friends and look at you in disdain that how dare you would want to keep any of this money. Let's go on to a couple of things on the big, beautiful bill. Not paying taxes, not having to pay taxes on Social Security. Yes, I voted for that too. Not having to pay for taxes if you're a tip earner. Yep, I voted for that too. I voted for the war on drug boats, on going, if we have to go into Venezuela and wipe out their cartel members. I voted for that too. You Democrats can cry about it, but I voted for it, and so did 77 million others. You guys voted for somebody who wasn't even in a primary and wasn't even elected with one vote to run for president. But you're the party of democracy. Yeah, democracy. Yeah, shove that one. What else have we fixed? What else has President Trump fixed? Oh, man. Law and order is being restored around the country. Safety is being increased in a lot of places by using the National Guards to be lookouts in cities. They're not arresting anybody. Remember, they're not there to arrest anybody. They're there to watch and report to the police and law enforcement agencies what they see. That's what they're doing. So when you hear we've got military people doing law enforcement, no, they're not. They're observing and reporting. And if you take and you interfere or try to invade federal property in cities, they're there to stop you because they can do that. They are allowed to stop you in any way, shape, or form if you try to do damage to federal property like courthouses, monuments, anything like that. I support this and I voted for this. So what else did we vote for? Vote. We voted for all kinds of fun stuff here. Oh, if I thought about it long enough, we could come up with a bunch more things. Yes, I voted for him to go after the people that are in Somalia ripping off the taxpayers for billions of dollars. These Somalian pirates that are no longer in ships, but they are living in this country. I voted for him to take and send law enforcement in there to take and dismantle that system and send these people back. Yes, I voted for that too. I voted for him to have detention centers, round up people who are here illegally, put them in there and ship them back immediately to the country of their origin or some other country they prefer, but get them the hell out of here. Every single one of them. I voted for that. We are not being cruel by demanding these things be done. What thing did I vote for that I have not received yet? The biggest one is accountability. I voted for President Trump and his administration to find the people who violated the rights of the American citizens, not only in January 6th, but the people who were in Epstein Island and the people like Fauci and all these other government agencies and people in them that violated the rights of the American citizens. I voted for those people to be brought to justice and to face consequences for their actions. I voted for it. Haven't seen it yet. Upset about that. Inflation. It's coming the right way. It's coming down, but it's never going to go back. I voted for that also. Pocketbook issues are extremely important. So we have improvement to be made, but this guy's only been in there for less than a year. He hasn't even been in there for 11 months yet. And look at all the accomplishments he's had already. And look at the price of the peace that's breaking out all over the world because of this man. Truly one of the greatest presidents we've ever had and probably we will ever have. And the Democrats hate him. He's fixed so many things in this country and they hate him. Man. Serious Trump derangement syndrome. So anyways, that's where we're standing right now. I'd like to see some more action happen quicker on a few fronts, but we are moving along on a whole bunch of them. Just a few others would be nicer. But I'm wondering if it's the people that he has in place are underperforming and are not meeting the expectations of the American people and him. Pam Bondi and Kash Patel being two of them. I don't know. Give him a chance just for a little bit longer. But after a year, we better start seeing some indictments, or we better start seeing some real results happen. Or it's like, why did we vote for this? Because we did vote for this. Anyhow, folks, that's about all I have to say about that for right now. But it's not the end of me saying things about things. Just the beginning. So until then,
You've been listening to the Craig L. Hayes Show. Just thinking.